1111, 2222, 333, 444, 555. If you keep seeing these repeating numbers constantly, the universe is sending you an urgent message that you cannot continue ignoring. And I'm not talking about once or twice a week. I'm talking about those numbers that appear so frequently that you can no longer consider it a coincidence. In this video, you're going to discover the secret code behind these numerical synchronicities, why they're appearing specifically now in your life, and most importantly, what you must do exactly when you see them to activate their transformative power. But before revealing these secrets, I need you to confirm something for me in the comments. This isn't just out of curiosity, it's because each numerical sequence has a specific message for your current situation, and I'm going to give you personalized interpretations. Write exactly which sequence of numbers you see repeated most. It can be 1111, 2222, 333, 444, 555, or any other combination. And also tell me when you first started noticing them. This is crucial because the moment you started seeing them marks the beginning of a specific phase in your spiritual evolution. Now let me ask you something personal. Have you ever felt that these numbers are following you? As if the universe were desperately trying to get your attention? Have you reached the point where you see the numbers and think, not again? If so, it means your soul is in a critical phase of its awakening, and these numbers are literally a cosmic emergency system trying to guide you before you lose an important opportunity in your evolution. Let me tell you about Anna, a 43-year-old nurse from Monterrey. 2 years ago, she contacted me completely frustrated because she had been seeing 333 for 6 months, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. She saw it on clocks, on receipts, on phone numbers, on license plates. It had become so frequent that it had started to frighten her. When I explained to her what it really meant, and most importantly, when I taught her the secret protocol to respond to these messages, her life changed extraordinarily. Within 3 months, she had left her stressful hospital job, had opened her own alternative therapy center, and had met the love of her life at a spiritual conference. But the most important thing was what she told me afterward. The numbers didn't disappear, but now when I see them, I feel a deep gratitude instead of anxiety. I know the universe is taking care of me. Most people think that seeing repeating numbers is just a coincidence, that it's their mind-seeking patterns where there are none. But I'm going to demonstrate to you scientifically that it's exactly the opposite. It's the most direct and efficient communication system the universe has to speak to you without intermediaries. For thousands of years, long before organized religions existed, sacred numerologists from ancient cultures, Egyptians, Chaldeans, Pythagoreans, Vedics, had discovered this code. But today I'm going to reveal to you not only what these numbers mean, but secrets that these mystical schools jealously guarded for centuries. I'm going to share with you why they're appearing specifically in your life, what phase of awakening they indicate, and the exact protocol you must follow when you see them to activate their transformative power. But first, you need to understand the hidden science behind this phenomenon. Numbers aren't just mathematical symbols that humans invented to count and measure. At the deepest level of reality, in what quantum physicists are beginning to call the information field, numbers are fundamental vibrational frequencies, energetic codes that the universe uses to organize all creation. Think of it this way. If the universe were an immense cosmic computer, numbers would be the basic programming code. Everything that exists, from the spiral of a galaxy to the growth pattern of a flower, follows specific mathematical principles. When you see repeating numbers, it's not your conscious mind seeking patterns. It's your soul operating at a higher level of consciousness, consciously tuning into the specific frequencies you need to receive at that exact moment of your evolution. It's as if you were a radio that for years has been picking up only commercial stations, and suddenly you start tuning into special frequencies where the universe transmits personalized messages specifically for you. But here's the key that most numerology books don't tell you. These numbers don't appear randomly. They appear in specific sequences, at specific moments, during specific phases of your spiritual growth. Let me reveal to you the most common master numbers and their profound meanings. 1111, the quantum activation portal. When you see 1111, it's not just a sign that your consciousness is expanding. It's literally an energetic portal that opens every time this number appears. connecting you directly with higher versions of yourself in parallel dimensions. The ancients knew that 1111 appears when you're about to take a quantum leap in your spiritual evolution. But there's something more specific. It appears exactly 21 days before an important event occurs that will change the course of your life forever. Let me tell you about Miguel, a 39-year-old engineer from Puebla. For 3 consecutive weeks, he saw 1111 almost every day. On day 22, he received an unexpected call offering him his dream job in a different city. When he moved, he met his soulmate in the first month. Coincidence doesn't exist. The 1111 had been preparing him energetically for that transformation. 2222, the Master Builder Code. This number appears when you're about to manifest something important in your physical reality, but not just anything. Specifically, something you've been visualizing or desiring for at least 6 months. The 2222 is the universe's confirmation that your thoughts, emotions, and actions are perfectly aligned with your higher purpose. It's as if the universe were telling you, everything is ready, manifestation is on the way. But there's a secret that very few know. 2222 also indicates that you have exactly 22 days to take a specific action that will seal your manifestation. If you don't act in that time window, the opportunity will close and you'll have to wait for another cycle. 333, the Divine Trinity in action. It means that the ascended masters, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and other high-level light beings are working directly with you. Your connection with the divine is stronger than ever and you're receiving direct guidance from the spiritual plane. But 333 also has an urgent message. It indicates that you're at a moment in your life where you must choose between the easy path and the path of your higher purpose. The masters are sending you this signal to remind you that you have their support if you choose the more challenging but more authentic path. For 44, the angelic shield. The angels are actively protecting you from something specific that's coming. It's not a general protection. It's a direct intervention in a particular situation that could divert you from your spiritual path. When you see 444, it also means that one of your prayers or petitions has been heard and is being processed in the higher planes. The answer will arrive in physical form within the next 44 days. 555, the gate of total transformation. A massive change is coming to your life, so big that it will divide your existence into a before and an after. It's not a gradual change. It's a complete revolution of your reality. The 555 appears to give you time to prepare mentally and emotionally. The change is inevitable and unstoppable, but your response to it will determine whether you experience it as a blessing or as a challenge. Now, here comes the information that can change your life forever. These numbers aren't appearing randomly in your experience. They're appearing right now because we're living in a unique moment in human history. It's no coincidence that millions of people around the world have started experiencing this phenomenon at the same time. We're in the midst of what ancient prophetic texts called the Great Awakening, a massive evolutionary leap in human consciousness. The Earth is going through what scientists are beginning to recognize as a change in its magnetic field and in its fundamental vibrational frequency. This is directly affecting the ability of certain individuals, those whose souls are prepared to tune into higher information frequencies. If you're seeing repeating numbers, it means your soul has already activated for this planetary transition. Not everyone sees them, only those who are ready to ascend to a higher level of consciousness and serve as bridges between the old reality and the new. But there's something more specific you need to know. These numbers appear in 3 distinct stages of your awakening process, and it's crucial that you know which stage you're in. Stage 1, the initial call. You start seeing repeating numbers occasionally, maybe once or twice a week. At first you notice them, but don't give them much importance. This stage can last from a few weeks to several months. During this stage, your soul is testing your receptivity. It's seeing if you're awake enough to recognize that something unusual is occurring. It's as if the universe were gently tapping your shoulder to see if you're paying attention. Stage 2, the intense activation. The numbers start appearing constantly, almost obsessively. You can see them 3, 4, 5 times a day. They become so frequent that it's impossible to ignore them. Some people start to worry because it seems the numbers are chasing them. This is the most intense stage and can be overwhelming. It's when your soul is receiving massive downloads of information and guidance from higher dimensions. The numbers are like constant notifications that there are messages waiting to be decoded. Stage 3. Conscious integration. You start to understand intuitively what each sequence means without needing to look for external interpretations. You develop a personal relationship with each number, and when they appear, you immediately know what area of your life they're pointing to. At this stage, the numbers become your personal counselors. It's like having a direct line of communication with your higher soul and your spiritual guides. What stage are you in now? Answer honestly in the comments because this will help me create more specific content for your level of awakening. Now comes the most important part of this video: the secret protocol to receive and activate the messages of the master numbers. What I'm going to share with you is the result of years of research and experimentation with thousands of people. Most people, when they see repeating numbers, simply notice them and continue with their day. Some look up the meaning on the internet, read it, and feel a moment of inspiration, but then they don't do anything else. That's like receiving an important letter, reading it, feeling excited about the content, but never responding. Repeating numbers require an active response. They're invitations to action, not just informative messages. Here is the secret protocol to maximize the power of these synchronicities. Step 1. The sacred pause. The exact moment you see repeating numbers is critical. That specific moment contains energetic information that is lost if you don't capture it immediately. Every time you see repeating numbers, without exceptions, immediately stop what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're in an important meeting, driving, or in the middle of a conversation. Find a way to take a mental pause of at least 30 seconds. Take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself exactly this: what was I thinking about just before seeing these numbers? The answer will give you the specific context of the message. The numbers appear as a direct response to your thoughts, worries, or decisions of the moment. Step 2. The direct intuitive connection. After identifying the context, you're going to activate your intuitive channel to receive the specific message. Place your dominant hand on your heart and close your eyes for a moment. Ask mentally, addressing your higher soul directly, what specific message do you have for me at this moment about the situation you were thinking about? Here's the key. The first response that comes to your mind without thinking about it, without analyzing it, without questioning it, that's the correct one. It can be a word, an image, a sensation, or a sudden knowing. Trust completely in that first impression. Step 3. The immediate action required. Repeating numbers aren't passive messages for your spiritual entertainment. They're divine orders that require immediate action. The window of opportunity to act on the message is very specific. You have exactly the next 24 hours to take some action related to the message received. If you received guidance to call someone, do it that day. If you felt the impulse to make a specific decision, make it before 24 hours pass. If the message was about changing something in your life, take at least one small step in that direction before the next day. The reason why many people feel that repeating numbers don't work for them is because they receive the message but don't act on it. It's like having a treasure map but never going to look for it. Now let me give you the specific action codes for the most common sequences. 111. Your thoughts are manifesting at accelerated speed. Required action. Immediately examine all your thoughts from the last 10 minutes. If there were negative thoughts, consciously change them for specific positive affirmations. If there were positive thoughts, amplify them and visualize them as already manifested. 222. Maintain unshakable faith. Everything is aligning perfectly according to the divine plan. Required action. Identify the area of your life where you've been doubting or getting impatient. Write a specific statement of faith about that situation and recite it aloud 3 times. Then completely release control and trust the process. 333. The Ascended Masters are available for direct assistance. Required action. Within the next 24 hours, dedicate at least 20 minutes to deep meditation or prayer, asking for specific guidance about your current situation. Stay receptive to signals, synchronicities, or intuitive knowledge that arrives in the following days. For 44, angelic protection activated. It's safe to proceed with your plans. Required action. If there was something you wanted to do but were afraid, This is your green light from the universe. Take the first concrete step toward that goal or decision within the next 24 hours. 5:55. Consciously prepare for the imminent change required action. Make a list of 3 things in your life that you know need to change. Choose one of them and take a specific action to begin that change today, however small it may be. Let me tell you about Roberto, a 35-year-old accountant from Guadalajara who had been seeing 222 for 2 months. He was desperate to change careers but was afraid to leave the security of his current job. The first time he applied the complete protocol after seeing 222, he received the guidance to trust the process and take the first step. That same afternoon, he updated his resume. The next day, he received an unexpected call from a recruiter offering him exactly the type of job he had been dreaming of. 3 weeks later, he had his new job, earning 40% more, and doing work he was truly passionate about. He wrote to me saying, "The numbers weren't just signs. They were a cosmic navigation system waiting for me to learn how to use it. But there's an even deeper level of this knowledge that I want to share with you. Repeating numbers don't just give you guidance about immediate situations. They can also reveal specific information about your life purpose and your soul mission. Each person has what I call a primary soul number, a specific sequence that appears more frequently than any other during important periods of their life. This number contains encoded information about why your soul chose this specific incarnation. To discover your primary soul number, observe which sequence you've seen most frequently in the last 6 months. That's the frequency with which your higher soul is trying to communicate with you most consistently. Once you identify your primary soul number, you can use it as a powerful meditation tool. Every time you see that number, don't just follow the protocol I taught you, but also ask yourself, how does this situation relate to my greater life purpose? The answers you receive will give you extraordinary information about how each event in your life, each decision, each challenge, is perfectly orchestrated to help you fulfill your cosmic mission. I want you to know that the fact that this video has reached you is not a coincidence. Of all the videos about repeating numbers that exist on the internet, your soul guided you specifically to this one because it contains information you needed to receive at this exact moment of your evolution. From today on, every time you see repeating numbers, you're no longer going to think, "What an interesting coincidence." You're going to know that the universe is speaking to you directly, and you're going to have the exact tools to receive the message, decode it, and act on it in a way that transforms your reality. But remember, knowledge without application is just spiritual entertainment. Repeating numbers are invitations to divine action. Every time you see them and don't act on their guidance, you're wasting a cosmic opportunity that may not repeat itself. If this video has opened your eyes to a new reality about direct communication with your higher soul, I need you to do exactly this. First, comment with the repeating number you see most and the specific situation in your life about which you need guidance. I'm going to respond personally with specific interpretations for your case. But use exactly this format: I see number, I need guidance about specific situation. This will allow me to give you the most precise interpretation. Second, subscribe because the next video is going to be even more revealing. I'm going to teach you the secret ritual to consciously activate these numerical portals, so you won't have to wait for them to appear. You'll be able to summon them when you need specific guidance. Third, share this video with someone who is also seeing repeating numbers, but only with someone you know is genuinely ready to use this knowledge. Repeating numbers are signs that person is spiritually awakening, and this video can dramatically accelerate their process. Remember, numbers are the purest and most direct language of the universe. Now that you know how to listen to it, interpret it, and respond to it, your life will never be the same again. You have a direct line of communication with the forces that orchestrate reality itself. In the next video, I'm going to reveal to you something even more powerful: the forbidden ritual that secret societies have used for centuries to not only receive guidance from the universe, but to actively control physical reality. It's the most dangerous and transformative knowledge I possess, and for the first time, I'm going to share it completely. Your soul is waiting for you. The numbers are calling you. Are you ready to respond?